Compliance is going to teach that nigga that he's not the boss. The boss is Hallie. And I think this is quite sad. I don't agree with any type of abuse, but we also have to understand women, if you have blackmail, I call this blackmail. With all due respect, I respect the cycle of domestic violence or people who are victims of domestic violence. And I know, and shit, we're covering this one with Cassie, how hard it is to leave. But please understand this as I'm saying it out of my mouth. Chat. If you continue to be with the man, or you're still cordial with the man after you claim he was abusive to you, but you held photos and you've held evidence in the tuck, and you only bring it to light once you don't have compliance, that's called extortion. If she had went to the cops after January, she said after January he slammed her face on something, chipped her tooth, gave her all type of bruises. If she had went to the cops, I would have said, oh man, this looks bad. Shit, if there's video, let's see it. DDG, what happened, bro? She held this shit for 4 or 5 months. You don't think that's extortion, y'all? You don't think at some point, if he wouldn't respect the fact that she's his boss, she was gonna bring this shit out of the woodworks? That's living in hell. That's living in purgatory. A woman who got these joints in the tuck, you're a public figure too. It's not like you work at some 9-to-5 job and who gives a fuck if your girl go post that. This shit could ruin everything you got going on. DDG lost all type of deals. Aiden came on early and said it. So if you ask me, this is almost damn near extortion. It's blackmail. If you fuck up, I'm going to tell people what you did a couple months ago. Now, give her credit. Supposedly, she made a report back in March, but there was no follow-up from what I see. She filed a restraining order in May, and she's referenced the incident back from January. She has the video or pictures from January. To me, that's extortion. Because let's be clear. If DDG, and I don't know what her request was to him, maybe she said, nigga, stop talking about me online. Or tell your fan, you better go online and tell your fans that I'm a great mom, or you love me. If he had did whatever she wanted, and he sat there and took his L in silence, whether or not she moved on with Brent Fires or whatever the fuck she got going on, if she had done that, would these pictures or would this evidence had come out yesterday? And that's why I say it's extortion. But we overlook this idea of what real extortion is because we're saying the act of abuse is so, abhorrent. But let's be honest. This happened then. You had a chipped tooth. You even came online talking about the chipped tooth. You didn't say, yo, a nigga beat my ass and that's why I got a chipped tooth. You made up a lie about it when the public video, at least from what I saw. You protected him then, but you kept the evidence in the tuck if he ever crossed you or if he ever didn't listen to his true boss you. To me, that's extortion and blackmail. I send my prayers to the victims of all true abuse and all people who have been really taken advantage of, whether it's by a man or anybody else. But for the people who, let's say they go through a situation and then they forgive the nigga. And they're like, nah, I love you. Or, oh, I'm trying to get back with you. But they keep that in the tuck and they only bring it out when shit don't go their way. That's a different type of evil. That's a different type of evil, Chad. That's a different type of evil. And I've seen some people say, yo, she ain't protecting them, she just lying now. Whether either or. I'm speaking towards how this info is coming out now. By the way, we got the full docket. And by the way, we're going to get back to the Cassie thing. It was just on break. Give me a second.